The guy just won't go away. Radhima Pawar, Prime Minister of India. Greetings, Mr. President. I hope you're planning to visit India soon. I've got a business proposition for you that needs to be discussed in person. That would be good. I need business monies. The last marathon. Oh no. Vicksburg clan, find a psycho, material values. So is Clint? Clint's just taking the week off. You can't do anything about that. Okay. So I can't. Interesting. So they're just going to stress out and I can't send them on vacation. The Prime Minister of India has a proposal he wants to discuss with you. She wants? I think it was a she. Mr. President, you made it to us. It's so good that the leaders of the two biggest democracies in the world can finally talk face to face. Oh, okay. It is Mr. Pawar. I like your face. Namaste. Namaste, Mr. President. Let us end the formalities there. I won't beat around the bush. I won't be around the bush. Reading's hard. I know that superpowers like the United States laugh at India and consider it a backward, rural country with a pathetic space program. It's true that we don't always have enough money, but we've learned to get by with limited budget. We launched a joint project with the Russians last year. We wanted to build the first dark matter research base. That's, okay. A few months ago, we had to end the contract because the Russians were using all our developments to create weapons. Do you have a proposal for us? Anyway, I'm not complaining, I'm just filling you in. This kind of bad behavior is nothing new in world politics. I asked you to come because after we ended our agreement, the Russians took our project. Yes, to the Chinese. According to my intelligence, this top secret Russian-Chinese space project will far outdo anything that has been done before. If that's the case, they could make a major breakthrough in as little as a year. Anyway, we are the only ones that can ensure that democracy and not dictatorship wins this scientific race. And how do we do that? Together, Mr. President, how else? I suggest we join forces and get ahead of the Russians and the Chinese in the dark matter research race. We can make rocket launchers cheaper and faster, and you have a strong technology base and plenty of resources. So what are you bringing to the table here? Let's show those bastards what do you say? This is a great idea. I like your way of thinking. I'm pretty sure the American people won't be too thrilled when it turns out the billions in their tax dollars that the United States spends doesn't help it pioneer important scientific discoveries. You need to stop stalling. It's time for us to join together and take this very seriously. I've already compiled a draft decree for you. But before we sign any documents, I need your help with another matter. As soon as we sort that out, I'll give you the draft agreement. So you're only offering to allow us to help them do all the work if we help them with something else. Hold on a second. That's not how this works. Change the genius's mind. Okay, we'll have to wait on that. Mahuta Hamiora, governor of Florida. Mr. President, a bag of methamphetamines has been found on the Florida-Georgia border. Where did it come from? We don't know. What we know for sure is that it's moved an inch to Georgia territory, and it's their case now. But Brogan, the governor of Georgia, requests federal forensics. We've got throngs of junkies going on pilgrimages for that bag here. It needs to be watched 24/7. Mr. President, will you order the authorities of Georgia to take the case with the drugs on the state border? Sure. Rudy Wolfowitz, Secretary of Defense, says, Sir, we made a strategic error performing combined exercises in Hungary. A temporary terrorist hideout was reportedly detected on the territory of an abandoned factory. We had to act quickly. When armed soldiers burst into the workshops, they only found frightened civilians. Turns out that the translator gave a wrong address and gave us coordinates of a going wine production. What do you think of signing a supply agreement with them? Is an apology for the American part. They could supply wine for formal occasions in the White House. Sure. Someone's gonna get poisoned or something, right? That seems like a no-brainer. Melissa Jenkins, Prosecutor General. Sir, 3 months ago, we detained Bo Tuck on suspicion of kidnapping a girl. The evidence was circumstantial, and his lawyer was good. We couldn't even peek into the bastard's smartphone. We just had to let him go. They found the girl. Investigation showed Tuck had thousands of videos on his phone of him manhandling the victim viciously. If only we could have seen it earlier. Sir, I suggest in cases of life-threatening, to consider refusal to provide a password for an electronic device is criminal offense. Do you agree? What? What are you asking? Yes. I don't understand what you're asking for, but I agree. That's what a president does. If you're not sure what you're agreeing to, just say yes. Pamela Najida, Counselor of Indigenous Affairs. Mr. President, a shaman known as Big Corncob approached us. Remember him? Spirits whispered to him that extreme heat that has taken over the states again will subside as soon as when the feud between his tribe and you ends. I don't have any hopes, but then again, you never know. Spirits require an official statement on reconciliation with Big Corncob from you, and a dance of unity and a ceremony of casting out the drought from him. Will you do that? Sure. What a day, buddy. A couple weeks ago, I was grabbing a pack of cigarettes and the cashier had no change. Then the guy goes, "You're looking mighty lucky today, sir. Take a lottery ticket instead, maybe." So I took the ticket and stuck it into my back pocket, forgetting about it immediately. I found the thing yesterday and decided to check the numbers. And what do you know? I hit the darn jackpot, man. So I went and called the number on the ticket and they're like, would you consider donating your prize to Alzheimer's sufferers? I mean, I was going to split the cash with you, but maybe donating it would actually be a good idea. No. I need the cash, guys. I'm so evil. I'm so evil. Okay, wasn't there a hacker one? I think that was steal the FBI reports. Let's do these ones first, because they're time sensitive. Make Judge Vasquez retire. Obtain privileged medical information to coerce the justice into compliance. The last marathon. Oh no. Buddy, we need a seat on the Supreme Court, but 88-year-old Judge Vasquez feels too young to retire. We should show him that 88 years is a great time to call it a day. It's not going to be easy, but good old Tony came up with a genius plan. Vasquez has a heart condition. We know he takes sotalol. That's a medication for abnormal heart rhythms. I found out on the internet that overdoses cause serious side effects: nausea, dizziness, and chest pain. Combining an overdose with physical exertion would be a double whammy. Here's the plan. It's safe and simple. We give him a triple dose of sotalol the day before the seniors marathon. The old guy gets a little sick. Just little. And the young racers leave him in the dust. Do you know someone who could handle this delicate matter? It's important not to overdo it. Otherwise, who knows how it might turn out. Maybe Holly? Honestly, like, I gotta think about that one. Let's rediscover the justice's problem. What exactly is the goal? Assets. Just retire at least one disloyal judge. Okay. Wait, what? What'd I do? Aw, man. Mr. President, we appreciate that you got involved in our disagreement with Georgia and ordered their authorities to take the case with the bag of methamphetamine. I regret getting the ball rolling, though. Seems the drugs are ours after all. Well, not ours exactly. The Tallahassee dealer dropped them. We'll check the results of the investigation by Georgia colleagues, but the reputation of Florida has already been damaged, and yours as well. How could the reputation of Florida be damaged any further? That's like normal. Okay, we got 500,000. I'll trade 500,000 for 0.4. Hey, buddy, see that nice transfer to your charity account for me? Believe it or not, I almost blew the dosh. Blew the dosh? What does that mean? The guys pushing me to donate it to the Alzheimer's sufferers turned out to be fraudsters. Yeah! Some other guy had trusted them and transferred all his money to that account. The news somehow put it together into a story about regular folk getting ripped off, while the folks up top fatten their pockets. Oh well, I guess you can't win sometimes. Still got the cash. Nice, and then balanced out? Mr. President, after you announce your reconciliation with Big Corn Cob in media and stated him as a welcome guest in the White House, he galloped on his skewbald horse to our lawn and performed a ceremony of casting out the drought. Strikingly, before he even reached the gates, the sky became dark with clouds and it started raining. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but the media called it no less of a miracle than the reconciliation between the authorities and the Native Americans. When did that happen? When did that reconciliation happen? Rudy Wolfowitz, Secretary of Defense. Sir, how do you find Hungarian wine? The authorities of Hungary and the administration of the factory that was accidentally stormed were very flattered that their wine would now be served at the White House receptions. Yes, I agree this is nothing like Italian Chardonnay. Are the Italians known for their Chardonnay? I don't think they are. The French, yes. Maybe wine connoisseurs out there can let me know, but I feel like Italian Chardonnay isn't really that much of a thing. But it is better to be drinking such wine than to be settling a diplomatic conflict. I did used to work for the wine, it's called the LCBO here in Ontario, Canada. They're the ones that sell wine. So I know a little bit about it. Okay, Justice's problem. Associate Justice Fuqua may be acting all holier than thou, but she was deep in alcohol. Oh, didn't we read this already? Angela is seeing the same therapist, right? Slap that cocky smile at her face. So we need the computer. Going into the computer. Yeah, it's fine. He'll take the week off. But maybe I should try something at the last marathon too. I'm going to send Holly on vacation because she's going to have to steal the FBI reports, right? She'll rest. We're sending Ben and Troy. The seniors run is tomorrow. That means we need to act right now. The old man took the day off and he's staying cooped up at his house on Spruce Drive. The only time we can get him is when everyone's asleep. The hardest part is mixing the thing properly. We're gonna, maybe by screwing this up, we're actually gonna do it properly by killing him. Oh, it's succeed. Not doing it properly. We're gonna succeed by accident. In the worst way possible. The hardest part is mixing the thing properly. Where should we put the medicine to make sure Robert drinks it? I have no idea. What do you think? Right in the social media on the good influence of sotalol on runners. Invite Vasquez for an interview as a blogger and treat him with sotalol tea. It's drop a fake booklet on how to use xylitol for sports and push of virility into Vasquez's mail. Let's try this. Boss, Vasquez didn't want to be interviewed. What's more, he refused to speak with me when I told him what I do. Are there any more valid ideas? Troy? We'll try that, the fake booklet. Mr. President, I saw 100 of like booklets daily in St. Corlett, so I could get this job done easily. Okay. I got there early, drew a stack of papers in the mailbox, and was already getting back when I saw a light in the kitchen. It was Mr. Vasquez. He poured a glass of milk, went to get the mail, and returned inside. I saw him reading the booklet and then adding sotalol into his milk. It's done! Buddy! Vasquez's run started in Crossing Park, and when they were near Little Road, our vet took the lead. He ran hard, and we followed him in the car on the parallel street. On the parallel street. The moment I thought that Sotolol didn't work, Vasquez grabbed at his chest. But after that, the old man didn't stop running. What a stubborn fool. On the crossing of Stonebridge Road, he suddenly collapsed and started shaking. Buddy, what should we do now? Seems he's dying. Well, Ben's already gonna get stressed out, right? Let's just fully stress him out. We want to fail at this, right? Ask your followers how to measure. Thank God, boss, I'm not only followed by the intellectual elite and trolls, but also by medical people. Some of them started to give me an online masterclass on first aid. Those 15 minutes before the ambulance arrived seemed an eternity for me, but Vasquez made it. Shit. The nurse administered an injection. The litter with Vasquez on it went in the car, and he went to the hospital. They say he's gonna be okay. Buddy, I didn't expect this medicine to be so powerful. I guess that idiot on the internet miscalculated the dosage. But it mostly went smooth. We pulled off an impossible covert operation and everyone is still alive. I'm sure Vasquez will retire after all this shit, and the judge's seat will be vacant. Yes! We haven't written a post in forever. If you're never gonna sink into the grave, that already doesn't make any sense. Knock yourself out. Have it your way. People like to speculate on that. You can count on it and sit tight. Because nothing is permanent. What? If you never gonna sink into the grave, knock yourself out. Have it your way. People like to speculate on that. You can count on it and sit tight because nothing is permanent. What does that even mean? I run every day and I'm okay. Bollocks, the old man is delirious. Wait, old mad? The old man? Leave the country or you'll pay for everything. I'm really curious how much this actually affects anything. It just seems like a fun little thing you get to do. Maybe this is what affects us, the minus 0.2. Or maybe this is the rating it affects. Robert Vasquez drops out. Soon, Mr. President will place his henchman in the Supreme Court. Yes. Judicial appointment. Boss, all work and no play makes me really mad. And I sometimes punch people when I'm really mad. And when I'm really mad and someone keeps coming, then I might do some serious damage. What I wanted to say is I'll be off work for a while. Tell your idiot employees to keep their distance, all right, boss? Pardon me. Catalina Vasquez. Robert announced his retirement while he was still on an IV drip, Mr. President. I heard that one of your employees saved my husband. Please thank them for me. If my Bobby passes away... Our blogger getting medical advice on the internet saved your husband. And we were the ones that also were responsible for almost killing him. I don't know what I would do. I can only be thankful that there are good people in the world like you, Mr. President. The children are the future. The eggheads are launching an experimental rocket from Cape Canaveral tomorrow, taking a high-speed internet relay satellite into orbit for the kids in South Africa. So here's the thing. The papers are saying this thing is state-of-the-art, and it's 5% government funded. That means 5% of that rocket is your handiwork. I'm gonna hold a press conference at NASA about the whole thing tomorrow. I could drop your name in there if you want. I bet it'd help you convince your voters we're all about progress and stuff. What? So what should I say about you? Say we inspected the rocket personally? Say the launch would never have been possible without the help from the White House? Say the satellite is a gift from America to the world. It's almost like you knew there was something funky going on with that new rocket. The thing blew up right on the launch pad. Looks like America's gift never made it up there for those African kids. That's a real shame, but at least I didn't goof up and start bragging about it. Okay. Jesus. Every time the government gets involved in something, it goes to shit. And that's exactly what's happening during the current president's term. Paul Leroy. I'm gonna get you, Paul. So this is announce your nomination to the Supreme Court. We only have Troy. So... let's get him to rest. And I guess we'll just move on. We're not going to be able to support the auto industry. I can't send them on. Oh, I can send him. Why can't I send Clint then? I guess because he just said he was going to take the week off. Hold on. Back. I can remove her from the administration. She won't stress. But do I care? Because she's not actually working. I guess I don't. She's on vacation too. $200,000 at the end of every month. Favors cost 20% more. Oh, she's already doing this, right? Okay. We lost 2.6%. Mr. President, what a pity you didn't send anyone to sabotage the Chinese new motor show. They're saying Chinese cars are just like ours, but a little better and a lot cheaper. Well, let the mass layoffs in the American autos industry be on your conscience. Without state support, we'll always be lagging behind China. Okay, well, we're still going up, though. We're staying even on cash. August 2023. Darling, Andre spent several nights rummaging through Fuqua's files in her therapist's personal computer. It was time well spent. My suspicions were true, and our angel is nowhere near as free of sin as she would like you to believe. This therapist deals in very specific cases of, you guessed it right, alcoholism. We just need to decide how to use this information. Mister, do you mind if I take some trinket from the White House as a memento? I don't know what I'm answering. I'm just going to pick yes. I don't even know what I'm choosing. Because she's asking, it's one of those ones where she's asking if we mind or not. If we don't mind, we would say no, but actually yes means we're okay with it. Sir, we appreciate your decree to consider refusal to provide a password for an electronic device as criminal offense in case of life-threatening. There's some bad Google Translate in there. Your decision has been supported by a number of several major human rights organizations. Also, the girl rescued from Botox basement, is that supposed to be like Botox? Gave an interview and paid tribute to the government and thanked you for your struggle to protect girls from the terror she's been through. My pleasure. Andrej wants to take some time off. Yep. Amira too. Russia and China have announced that they are conducting joint research on dark matter. How will the president respond to the obvious threat? And what would happen if we say buy and allow two of our greatest rivals to develop a weapon even deadlier than a nuclear warhead? Killer electric scooters? A new incident with the president of Benin has threatened diplomatic scandal. Doctors are urging people to ditch their scooters in favor of healthy walking. Have you heard they're calling me the greatest womanizer in DC? Pretty sweet, huh? I'm looking for the greatest womanizer in America so I can defeat him in battle and assume the title myself, says Tony. Sir, you should know how maddening it is working with Holly. It's impossible to relax around him. He's constantly talking about work, checking messages on his phone, and making sure I'm too wound up to relax. By the end, we were fighting as usual. Please don't send us on any more missions together. This game is getting really difficult. Oh shit, I don't have Amira. Or sorry. Oh no, I needed Holly for the steal the FBI report. That's right. Vice Lady. I have good news and not so good news, honey. The good news is that a female special agent was successfully integrated into Tony's circle. Ramona was able to get through to Tony, and he stopped dodging his surveillance. The Secret Service can breathe easy again. The not so good news is that Tony also got through to Ramona, who is now pregnant. Is it just me, or are a lot of the kids in Washington starting to look like Tony? Jesus Christ. Tony's a good-looking guy. Don't bullshit me. The two of you go around chasing skirts. You idiots will be the death of me. Anyway, we're getting off track here. We need a new plan, and fast. Otherwise, Tony will just keep making things worse. Luckily, I know just what to do. We need to find a woman that our alpha male won't give a second glance to. Someone without big boobs, bleach blonde hair, or false nails. I spent the entire week going through the Secret Service staff database, and I've held several interviews and come up with 3 candidates. Darling, you know your best friend. Tell me which girl he'd be completely indifferent about. I need to choose right away. Okay, Ruth. Art house cinema. Theater, Chinese philosophy. Military background, field medicine, attitude toward conspiracy theories, contempt. Okay, that's good. Description from Ellie. The perfect girl for Tony. She's not ashamed of being seen with him, but isn't too keen on getting laid either. Doesn't fit Tony's ideal build and height. Doesn't believe in flat earth or lizard puppet masters. Wears t-shirts with gaudy prints. Cons. Was a nerd in school, likes little Doc. Anna. She's into video games, Japanese animation, collecting model kits. What is this civilian interest and military skills? Radio what is military skill? How is this the file? Civilian interests and military skills? I think this is supposed to be technical skills, maybe? Attitude towards conspiracy theories, aggressively negative. She looks like the teenage girl in a high school anime. And Tony hates anime. Also, Anna speaks in quotations from Japanese cartoons, which would piss anyone off. Tony likes taller girls. Doesn't believe in the deep state or aliens. Married. Cons, married for the 3rd time. Okay. Ida. Extreme sports. She's into extreme sports music and hand-to-hand combat. And she's indifferent towards conspiracy theories. This girl has an edgy look, and she seems too feisty and strong-willed for Tony. Also, she seems to have a girlfriend. She carries pepper spray. Pros, doesn't believe in reptilians. Tough and persistent. Knows how to defend herself. Not interested in guys. Cons, likes beer, has a bike. I guess we'll go with her because she's not into guys. That's what we're concerned about. That's a great choice, darling. I'll ask the Secret Service to introduce her to Tony as soon as possible. Here's hoping a strong professional union will blossom. Ted Maggio, ecology advisor, says, Mr. President, exhausts from engine vehicles are still one of the main threats to the environment. If we want to keep on breathing oxygen after the next 100 years, we have to boost the EV sector. Let's start with cabs and car rentals. We could set the minimal share of 40% electric vehicles in their car fleet. Just in time, Jules announced a special offer for last year's models. We could buy in bulk at a discount. Will you sign the decree? Sounds good. Dana Pudi, chairman of the community of urbanists. Mr. President, the population of pigeons has markedly increased in DC. It may sound like a joke, but the joke is on us. Not only pigeons transmit hundreds of diseases from tuberculosis to encephalitis, but also shit on monuments and important state symbols. Sterilization and euthanasia did no good on this war. Our last chance is falcons. These noble hunters will end with the flying rats in the city. Would you like us to test the squad of warbirds over the White House? Sure, that sounds great. Heather Carusa, director of the Office of Publication. Mr. President, have you listened to the most native remix of our national anthem? A plumber from Chicago. What does that mean, the most native remix? A plumber from Chicago, Reams Davis, did it. And they call it native because it is all a bizarre mix of sounds familiar to every American's ear. Okay. The noise of a coffee machine, the tinkle of a toaster, the rattling of dollars, and the honk of an old Buick in a traffic jam. No wonder the track went viral. I'm sure if we play it during your public appearance instead of the traditional anthem, this will add it to your public image big time. What do you say? Sure. Honey, I'm so pissed because of Independence Day. How could I trust the weather guy and his hot summer day with zero probability of precipitation? As soon as the rain started, my light white dress, soaked within a second, became see-through. It was like I was in my underwear in public. Look at these photos in hot America. Can we sue these clumsy weather whisperers? Nope. Julian Giard, Secretary of State. Sir, an unpleasant incident took place with the son of the Austrian ambassador, Henry von Busch. In order to impress his friends, the teenager took his father's DS vehicle to go for a ride late last night. It's a blessing they didn't kill anyone. However, they crashed into the window of Fat Joe's. Henry von Busch issued a formal apology immediately and offered to pay damage for both the restaurant and the state. However, this might be too much of a scandal to pay it off like that. Should we order the ambassador and his family out of the country? Yes. I never know what to answer to these. They're so crazy.